34 minutes after 7, welcome back to the program. Thank you for staying with us. Now, when it comes to taxes, many small business owners in Eswatini either don't know where to start or, let's be frank, they would rather not think about it at all. Rather, tax compliance is not just about avoiding penalties, right? It's about securing the future of your business. Enter now Bafundzise, a nationwide door-to-door initiative by the Eswatini Revenue Service, which is aimed at making tax compliance simpler, clearer, and dare I say, less intimidating for SMEs. So, what exactly does this campaign offer? How will it benefit business owners, and why should you open the door when ERS comes knocking? Now, joining me to unpack this is Ricardo Kruger. He's the Director of Client Services at the ERS. Ricardo, welcome and good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us on the show this morning. It's an interesting service that you're extending to SMEs, mainly because I can already see the reluctance that SMEs may have. But let's start with the big picture. Why did ERS feel the need to launch this campaign?
Thank you, Siso, and a good morning to the viewers. And you're very right that there's this perception around taxes. Yes, ever since we rebranded to being a service, we've seen the perception dying slowly and surely, but still not at the rate that we feel like it should be.
Yeah.
So that is why we felt like, yes, we have opened our doors. Yes, we're a lot more welcoming now. Yes, we're a lot warmer and more service-oriented. But there's still the people that are at home who have not had an experience of that and who still have those perceptions. So that is why we felt like, let's go to the people. Let's go out there and educate and engage and show them the service side of the ERS. So that's basically the purpose of this campaign. It's purely to educate, and it's purely to show people that as the ERS, we're here to assist you comply with your taxes.
I mean, you're going door to door to meet these SMEs. The question then becomes, what has the reception been like so far? I mean, I did say there should be some skepticism initially, but hopefully it's something that can, subside.
I must say that we started on Monday, so we've been 4 days in the field. Very encouraging reception, I must say, especially when you compare it with the feedback that we're getting when we first announced that we'll be embarking on a campaign like this here.
Yeah.
We could see on social media and the likes, the feedback was, the skepticism was showing very blatantly. But in the 4 days, we're starting to see a change in that, where people are now starting to realize that, there's actually no ill intentions here. There's no sinister intentions by the ERS, but we're purely going out there to help. So the reception actually has been good. Feedback that we're getting from the teams is that even the amount of time that we think we're going to spend in a shop, we're finding ourselves spending a lot more, and we've piqued people's curiosity. And even at the service centers, we're starting to see people actually coming through as follow-ups from, the visits. So they go to the service center to find out more, or maybe to do what the team on the ground would have advised them to do. So it's very encouraging, I must say.
Look, for many SMEs, there's this assumption that tax compliance is tedious, it is complex, and they start to believe it is actually not for them. How are you then simplifying the process for them during this door-to-door, visit?
Yeah, so it's mostly education, because inside of the ERS, there's quite a lot of work that has already gone in towards making taxes simpler and basically simplifying our processes. And we've used quite a lot of digitalization in that regard. But also on top of that, the law itself has also gone through several amendments to try and make things easier. I'll give you an example of that. Last year, July, a new tax regime came in called presumptive tax, which is specifically targeting your small enterprises. It simplified taxes so much for them. Previously, when you're in business, you needed to have accounting, accounting records and a whole lot of complex systems. But this tax regime is saying that just a simple exercise book where you are recording your sales is all that we need. And even the tax rate has been significantly reduced, where for these taxpayers, the small enterprises, they're only paying 1.75%.
Right.
So that is the purpose of this campaign, this is all information that is already there, but they were just not aware of it. So we felt like, yes, we've tried to make it available on social media, our websites, through workshops and other means that we've tried, but still they're not, so long as they're not interacting with those platforms, they will not get the information. That is why we're going out there and we're sharing that information. And now that they're aware of it, we're hopeful that they actually will then take advantage of all the work that has happened in the background.
I'm really interested in learning about, the benefits of the tax, presumptive tax, as you mentioned. But before we get in there, I wonder how comprehensive these door-to-door campaigns are. You speak about tax registration and record keeping. Are they able to learn all of those things?
So we have teams that are going out, and yes, we're covering various topics, but we also leave them with material. So the conversation, that 10, 15-minute conversation, obviously you won't learn everything. But what's most important is us being able to actually pique your interest and be able to address the things or the mental blocks which might have been causing you to run away from us. Our service centers are available, the contact center, the ERS is basically still available to say, now that we've piqued SFISO's interest, SFISO will then come and engage us and say, okay, you spoke about registration. Please tell me, how should I register? You told me about filing my tax returns. How am I supposed to do that? You spoke about that your customs unit is able to assist me if I want to export, and I've got this process. I've got this product that I'm looking at exporting. Can you please tell me how you can assist me? You spoke about presumptive tax. So these are all the topics that we're discussing. Record keeping. Are you saying that I must now go and hire an accountant who's going to charge me 5,000 Rand? And we are going to explain to say, no, you actually don't need to do that. These are the kind of records that you need to keep. And so we're teaching you all of that. So I think through the campaign, obviously we will not be a tax expert like I am by the time I leave your door, but you'll at least, we will have addressed the really key issues that are causing you to not want to engage with us, or that might be causing you not to want to be tax compliant.
Key issues. Let's talk presumptive tax. It's a new tax regime, as you mentioned. Yet many SMEs, we can agree that do not really know that it exists, right? But let's tell them now the key benefits and who exactly qualifies here.
So presumptive tax has been, it's a new tax regime for small businesses. And a small business, according to the law, is defined as someone who earns up to 500,000 emalangeni per year. And this is turnover, not profits. So anyone who earns up to 500,000 per year, emalangeni per year, will then qualify for presumptive tax. So they need to register for presumptive tax. Now, in presumptive tax, as compared to the normal tax regime, like I mentioned, that your bookkeeping is a lot simpler. All we are interested in is seeing a record of your sales. So there's no that you need to then look at your costs and stuff like that. So you just keep a record of your sales, and you don't really need a complex system for that. You can, like I say, you can even keep it on an exercise book. And then, so that's the one benefit, is that you don't have to be spending a lot on bookkeeping systems. Another benefit is that it has a flat tax rate, which is quite low, which is 1.75% per year. So which means that if someone is making a turnover of 500,000 per year, the tax that they pay there, if you calculate, is 8,750 or thereabouts. So that's the maximum tax you'll pay, and that's per year, as compared to the other tax regime where it's 25%. Actually 27%. So that's basically that is the main benefit of that. And by the way, if you make a turnover of up to 50,000 per year, which is quite a lot of your really small businesses, you don't pay any tax there. The tax rate is actually 0%. But the nice thing is that you are tax compliant. You don't have to be looking over your shoulder whenever you see the ERS logo. You don't have to be, you don't have to be worrying that, oh, now there's a campaign where ERS is going around looking for non-compliant people. I wonder if they're going to come to my door. You know that you are tax compliant, and it's not really costing you as much.
I have been advised that we have to wrap up our interview, but I do want to ask, I'll steal 30 seconds. Tax debt, there's a lot of businesses that are struggling with that. You have the Sonzela Skulume program. Just briefly, in 30 seconds, how that helps businesses get back on track while staying operational.
So this very simply, we are no longer an authority, we are a service. Come forward, talk to us, give us your background, what are the issues that you have,
Yeah.
and we have experts who will apply themselves and come up with a solution that is fitted for you. It's as simple as that. Don't run away, just come forward and we will help you.
All right. Ricardo, thank you so much for
Thank
your
you
time.
very much.